So hello everyone. Today we will discuss about molecules. So what is a molecule? So molecule can be defined into two ways. The very first one is when the elements combines in fixed ratio, then we can call them molecules, right? And the another one is when the substances are able to exhibit all of their properties, all of their properties are called molecules, right? So let us see what are the important things to observe over here. First of all, let's discuss about this. When the elements combines in the fixed ratio, they are saying fixed ratio. Let us take some examples. Let me take the example of carbon dioxide, CO2, right? Let us take the example of water, H2O. In both the examples, we can see that whenever we speak carbon dioxide, we'll speak CO2 only. Whenever we are speaking about H2, we are speaking H2 only. Water, H2 only. So the point is they are always joined in their fixed proportions. So here we observe that carbon dioxide and water is combining in their fixed ratios. So let us calculate the ratio by mass, right? Ratio by mass. So if we see that carbon dioxide atomic mass is 12, right? And if we talk about oxygen, so the one atom of oxygen consists 16 grams, right? If I take ratio of both, and it is 2 times, so 16 into 2 will be 32. So let us compare them. So it will get a ratio of 3:8. So whenever carbon dioxide are combining, they are combining in their fixed ratio by mass, that is 3:8. Right, and if we talk about water, then we can find that atomic mass of water is 1, hydrogen is 1. Here 2 hydrogens are there, so it becomes 2, and oxygen is 16. If we take the ratio, it becomes 1:8. So hence we can observe from here, there, when the elements are combining their fixed ratios, then we call them molecules, right? Now let us understand this particular definition. So what they are saying is when the substances are able to exhibit all of their properties are called molecules, right? So we have to observe some things, right? We have to know that when the elements are able to show all its properties. So for an instance, we can take the example of sodium, right? Sodium is capable to exhibit all its properties. Magnesium is able to exhibit all its properties. So magnesium and sodium are itself a molecule, right? Are themselves a molecule. And if we talk about like chlorine, so chlorine alone is not a molecule. It needs combination of two elements at least to become a molecule. So how do we do that? Distinguish how we can do that. Let us understand. So as we know that, so let us take some examples like sodium, magnesium, aluminium. So we know that in their outermost shell there is 1, 2 and 3 electrons because let us take their atomic number. Its atomic number is 11, it's 12 and it is 13. If we do their electronic configuration, it becomes 281 because there is a K shell, L shell and M shell, right? And if we talk about Mg, there is 2, 8 and 2 and it is 2, 8 and 3. As we know that to make it self-stable, sodium will lose 1 electron and it will give a positive charge. Magnesium will lose 2 electrons and it will give positive 2 charge, and aluminium will lose 3 electrons, so it will gain positive 3 charge. So you can, for an instance, you can understand like the elements which carry positive charges are metallic in nature, are metals, and similarly at the same time they are molecules also. it is experimentally observed that these elements, this students, you have to understand some of the things. There are sometimes exceptions also. You should be ready for that even, right? But you have to understand, right? But let us take some examples like phosphorus, sulfur, and chlorine, right? In their outermost shell, we let us see how many electrons are there. Here is 2, 8, and 5. 5 electrons is in outermost shell. 2, 8, and 6. 6 electrons in outermost shell. 2, 8, and 7. 7 electrons in outermost shell. So to make them stable, they will accept electrons. It will carry -3 charge. It will carry -2. It will carry, chlorine will carry -1. So these elements which are having negative charges are non-metallic in nature, non-metals, and the substance which are non-metals are generally alone are incapable to exhibit all properties. They need some combination, right? For example, chlorine needs at least the combination of two elements to exhibit all its properties. So alone chlorine is not a molecule, but when it is combined with two chlorines, it becomes a molecule. Similarly, sulfur needs the combination of 8 elements, right, to become a molecule. So this is how we can understand that molecules basically are the substances which are combined in the fixed ratio and which are able to exhibit all of their properties.